everybody. Another scintillating, exciting episode of Girl Talk Algarve for you. We are actually going to talk about something a little bit more serious today. We have today a guest. We have Sheila who's come to join us. Now, I'm going to let Sheila say something herself. She's going to introduce herself, and you might be a little bit shocked, but we're going to go through this. We're going to have a really good chat about this.
Hi guys, I'm Sheila and I'm an alcoholic.
Well, we think Sheila's very, very brave for coming on and discussing this with us. Sheila's going to tell you her story and how she's come out of the other side. And this is the best thing about it. Yep, she's had a rough time.
It is a great feeling.
But you know, here she is.
It is a wonderful feeling to be out of the other side. I can't remember when I started drinking. The whole family drank from being teenagers, and it just continued through. Well, I'm on my fourth marriage, so it didn't do the other three any good. And this husband that I have now has been an absolute treasure, and he supported me, and he's been through hell and back, and I just love him to death because he has saved my life.
Oh, it sounds like he's your rock.
He's my rock.
Yeah.
He's not
He
only
is a
my
lovely
rock.
man. He is a lovely guy, I have to say. He's such a nice chap.
Yeah.
But he's supported you, hasn't
He
he?
has supported me. I mean, I can now go to parties and not bother about a drink at all. At one stage, the excuse to go to a party was to have a drink and have as much as you can. And actually, if anybody had left one, we'd have a bit of a mind sweep.
Oh, Sheila.
Yeah.
How long have you
Well,
been...
there's nothing wrong with that, was there?
Well,
At the time, there wasn't anything wrong with that. I couldn't see anything wrong because
No.
I was,
So what
I was too far gone.
Tell us about the steps up to it. What made you decide? What was the crunch?
The crunch was, it was New Year's Eve, and I actually woke up the next morning and my face was just black, cut over my eye, black eye, black face, cuts and bruises all over, and I didn't know how I'd done it. And many a time I'd woken up and ended up with bruises and cuts and not been able to remember how I got to bed.
That's awful.
And I asked my husband what happened to me last night, and he said, I don't know, I just went to bed and went to sleep. So I thought, God, I've fallen down. Have I fallen downstairs? Have I fallen outside? Have I let the dogs out?
And that was the thing,
And I
because
just
the
didn't
realisation.
know.
Because you lost time.
I lost days, never mind time.
wow. So was
Because
that
I
the
was
turning
felt
point?
that was a turning point.
point.
I just
Wow.
thought this
how did you do
really
it?
cannot go on.
That day you
And
just
I'd been
decided.
depressed. No, I'd been depressed as well. Very depressed. So depressed that I tried to take my own life.
Oh, Sheila.
And but again, my husband got me to the doctors in time, and I even had a go at slitting my wrists. But
You're rubbish at it then.
I know I'm not very. No, I'm not very
Oh, thank
I'm not
goodness.
very good at that.
Thank
either.
goodness that didn't work. Look at you now. And I have to say how gorgeous you look now.
thank
So
you.
to have
Healthy.
been through that.
But yes.
I knew Sheila before she was sober. I knew her when she was still drinking an awful lot. And what can I say? You were a different kind of person. You weren't horrible or anything like that.
I wasn't a nice drunk. I was a nasty drunk. And
Well, you're much, much nicer now. That's all I would say. It suits you much better.
Well-
You look healthier. You come across in a much happier, that you are happier.
I am.
And Chris is obviously happier as well.
Yeah, he can't believe his luck.
Yeah.
So how long?
But I've got AA to thank for it.
Yeah, so it was AA.
AA, I took, yes.
Yeah.
When I decided that there was something I should do about it, I had a boyfriend, an old boyfriend, one of my first boyfriends, who now lives in Cyprus, and he's been dry for 30 odd years. and he was actually a drugs counsellor for the Underground, London Underground.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, how many are driving your trains around? It's, oh, I shouldn't say that, should I? Anyway,
You can say whatever you like on this show.
but I asked him if he'd help me, and he said yes, and he got me the address and the number of the local group here, because he used to live in Portugal, and actually with Eric Clapton, they were going to start a recovery group.
Oh, that's fantastic.
wow.
Why it didn't.
Hang on a minute, that's a little bit of a name drop. We were all just brushing over that. Did he? Yeah. Something up with Eric Clapton.
You let me think, well, if he can do it, if he can do it, Elton John can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now I think it's becoming quite in to not drink.
Yes,
Well,
absolutely.
because Eva and Leslie have both worked in rehabilitation and helping people recover after
With
being
addiction.
alcoholics.
Yeah.
Alcoholics just or drugs as well?
drugs.
No, drugs, yes.
yeah.
Addiction, gambling addiction
So,
as
Any
well.
addiction.
So in
Yeah.
your experience, how often, obviously Sheila is an amazing success story and long may it continue.
Fantastic.
But when people say, right, that's it, I mean, is it a usual thing that they fall off the
well,
wagon?
the statistics were, and I believe they might still be. I think I might need to be corrected on this, but when I was working at the rehabilitation centre, there was 1 in 3 would make a full recovery, 1 in 3 would relapse, and 1 in 3 would die of their addiction, so that they would go back out once they'd finished their programme. They would obviously start drinking again, and I remained friends with a lot of the clients that were in the rehab at the time I was working there, and 2 that I know of have passed away since I have,
that's so
have
sad.
left in the last 3 years, and young people, but a lot have made a recovery, and they go on to help others.
Well, see, that's
which-
fantastic. That's a knock on. That's
Yes.
what's helped you. That's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
And I was thinking, Sheila, because when I stopped smoking, I was a heavy smoker for 25 years. And when I stopped, I realized that all my emotions was attached to a cigarette. When I was angry, I was smoking. When I was happy, I was smoking. After sex, I was smoking, So I got to know myself and my feelings again, I can say. How was your journey?
My journey, and I never actually wanted another drink. I never craved one. I didn't go looking for it. I knew where it was, but I just didn't want one.
Is that
It was so strange.
is that the thing? Is that where they call it reaching your rock bottom? You've had this sort of epiphany almost, and your epiphany, if you like,
my epiphany
was hurting
really,
yourself.
my epiphany really was being in Faro Hospital and being tied to a bed
Oh
wow.
God! Oh Sheila!
because I didn't want the woman to take my clothes off,
What?
Right.
the nurse.
Oh.
So I was trying to fight her.
Oh. And how long ago was this, Sheila? Now then.
It'd be about 3 years ago.
Wow. Okay, you've done so well then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
How long were you?
But I've not apologised.
Drinking,
You've got
then?
to apologise to people, and
Oh, that's the...
I can't remember who I upset.
Well, do you know what's a really good idea now? You could just say it now.
sorry to everybody that I upset when I was
go.
drinking.
Take the
I'm
step
terribly sorry.
You are absolved.
But I cannot remember what I did.
Oh.
But even that in
And that's
itself,
the
that
trouble.
in
You
itself
can't
must
remember.
hurt.
You used to phone up people at night for a chat.
Yeah. And not remember that chat.
No.
And what do you think triggered you actually becoming a drinker then? You say your family,
My
were all
brothers.
drinkers?
We used to go
Okay.
from work for lunch, and we'd go to the Italian, have a few bottles
Yeah.
of
So
Barolo, and then
socialite,
go,
so big socialisers.
and then go off to the pub.
Yeah.
it's-
Because some people in addiction
No, we were
have
all
had a
drunks.
traumatic
Yeah.
experience
It was a
that has
thing.
made them have a drink.
Yeah.
But if you were just out partying with your family,
Well, it was
And raised
like-
like that,
yeah,
I think.
social
Yeah.
drink,
Yeah.
then it became worse.
And I think that the interesting thing with alcohol especially is that it's the only drug we have to defend not to use. I mean, as a
Yeah.
complete non-drinker, it's always, why don't you take just a glass? So come on, be
No,
funny.
well,
I
no,
mean,
I won't
Yeah.
even have anything with that's been cooked in wine because I just don't want to. I don't think I'd notice if it was. Yes, I would, because that's your
You
dinner
could
smells.
smell it, that and the slow cooker out there. Yeah.
So are you a bit
but,
scared of relapsing?
No, because I won't. I know I won't relapse.
Okay.
I just know that I'm not
That's so
going
good.
to.
That's
and
determination.
Yes,
Yeah, I
it's
love
really
that.
and
Brilliant.
it is determination.
That's really
what would
good.
you
Because I've got 2 nieces at home, and I love them dearly, and I've promised them because they've had to go. They were both
With the parents.
my brothers.
Well, I was
daughters.
just going to say to you, what
And they've had to
is
go
that
through
your,
it because
is that
they
your
were the
that's
same.
your motivation now?
Yes.
To stay sober.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I stay sober for them because
Right, that's
they've had to
fantastic.
put up with
Yeah.
it, and I want to be there
Yeah.
for them
Good
as
for
a
you.
steadying influence, and
That's
as
fantastic.
somebody that they can call whenever they need me,
Yeah.
and I can be there sober for them.
Yeah.
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 You know, not no.
Yeah.
Oh, did they phone? I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
And,
really good. So, because you were talking about that your family and you went to the pub and you were all drinkers, and you do hear a lot of landlords and landladies, don't you, that own pubs or run pubs that do then have a problem with alcohol because they're surrounded by
Oh,
it.
it must
Yeah.
be so
You know,
hard,
and
tempting.
yes,
and
yeah.
to be sociable, you know, people do
Yeah.
automatic. I do it myself, you know. People come in and I say, "Fancy a glass of wine?"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
do that. I do that probably more than ever say, "Would you like a cup of tea or anything?"
Yeah.
Or the wine's in the fridge,
Yeah,
especially
well, that's
especially
what
here,
my
isn't
nieces
it?
said. They went to their friends' houses, and their mother would say to people who came in, "Would you like a cup of tea?" And they'd never heard that before. I love that. Do you want a drink? What do you want?
Great, isn't it? Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is me because we've got a bar in our bedroom.
Yeah.
And I was really pleased because Rod came through the duty free yesterday with two 2-litre bottles of vodka.
Fantastic.
But the
Yeah.
thing, what I did have the other, which is absolutely fabulous, a virgin mojito, and I really
Oh,
did.
really?
Yes, I'd never had a virgin anything.
And you didn't
No love, never have I.
I've been virgin on the ridiculous for a while, but
So Ava, have you ever had a drink, like, you know, a virgin?
Because you don't
mojito?
drink,
So-
do you?
No,
A
I don't drink. I
non-alcoholic
never
cocktail.
did. No, I don't even do that.
Have
I
you
mean,
ever tried it?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm thinking I had a pina colada. I know I tried that once, and I
Yeah.
did kind of like it.
No, I mean alcohol generally. Have you ever drunk at all?
Yeah, I have. I mean, drunk. I don't like wine. I don't like beer. Once I was fancying tequila. That was
She'd
like,
be a rubbish Viking, wouldn't she?
oh, I would. And last time I've been drunk once in my life. That was when I turned 40. That was the only time I was drunk, and I was drunk on tequila, and I was making out with a beautiful, sexy woman.
Oh my God!
Honestly, every show, there's something that comes out that shocks us, isn't it?
So since then, I did not touch any alcohol. No.
Well, I beg to differ because Eva's mother got married
Oh yes.
the other
That's
weekend.
true.
You
And
only had a
Yes,
taste.
congratulations, Mummy.
yeah,
again.
absolutely.
Yes,
So
yes.
Eva's mum kindly said, "Oh, we'll have a bottle of fizz."
Yes.
So we were on the beach, at
Yes.
Patera, weren't we? And we had a bottle of prosecco.
Yes.
And Ava had a sip. She was drunk.
Come on, I had. It was a full glass, and you were keeping topping it up, and I was dizzy already.
She was dizzy. Of the
Really?
one glass.
I had
Yeah.
a headache the day after.
She's
I
not
mean,
like us at all, is she?
Yeah.
oh, and
Rubbish,
that's
rubbish.
something else which is wonderful.
Not having any hangovers anymore.
No, being able to get up. I mean, I sometimes get up at 6:30 and walk the dogs.
Wow.
Well, that would
There you go.
never have been known.
What is
Never.
it? It is a
I
new
didn't know.
life.
I didn't know there were 2
Six,
halves.
yeah.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
know. No, I don't have that in my life.
Oh, I
It's
do.
terrible.
I'm up at 5:50.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it just sounds to me like you have made such a sterling effort to actually conquer all of this and all the associations with it as well. You know,
I've
that
made great friends in AA.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't go as often as I should do. I go when I feel a little bit, not even wanting a drink, just a little bit.
Some extra support.
a bit of a cuddle.
Not even-
You want a bit of a
yeah,
cuddle.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
you get.
It's
That's
like a
what
bit
you.
of a
That's
cuddle.
what you get
Yeah.
from them. They're absolutely super. They're
Oh.
all of them.
And that's here in the Algarve. If anybody,
Yes,
if anybody
yes.
needs needs
Just
to
get
know
in
where
touch,
that
get
is,
in
then
touch, yes.
the AA in the Algarve. Where are they all over the place in the Algarve?
Yes.
Are
We
they?
can
Yeah,
put the
fantastic.
details up.
We will.
afterwards,
We'll put
can't
the
we?
details
We'll give you
up.
all the
That's
details of
there.
people you need
Yes.
to contact.
Yeah.
Exactly. Tell us the best
there.
part about being sober.
Getting up in the morning.
Is that the feeling when you wake
The
up?
feeling of being able to play golf, so the days that I used to cry off golf because I was hungover and I
Yeah.
couldn't make it round. That's gone now because I can just,
Oh, that's
you know,
brilliant.
make any arrangements I want for any time in the morning.
So you're enjoying the Algarve now. If you're playing golf, then you're getting out
No,
there
I just
and
made
just
a later time.
enjoying life. Oh,
But see, now
fantastic
you've
to
got
hear,
your
isn't it?
life back.
Absolutely.
You have.
Well, I've got a life that I didn't have before.
Yeah.
You see, because we've always
So when
we've
you're at
always
home,
drunk.
when
Yes.
you're at home
Yeah.
together, will your husband have a drink?
Yes.
And it doesn't
It
bother
doesn't.
No, not at all. I
Amazing.
have a ginger beer or diet something or other,
Yeah.
zero, lemonade.
So I've not been
Fantastic.
drinking for the last few weeks because Rod's not been here, and I made a conscious effort. I thought, oh no, I won't. I did have one drink, and it was a tiny little bit. It was just a toast for the Queen, and I would have been churlish to refuse, so I didn't.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me in the slightest, and it never has been an issue for me being able to start whatever. And because I was pregnant for all those years, had all those bloody kids, I was constantly pregnant.
It's
So of
bloody
course,
kids. She loves all of you.
I do.
honestly.
You're all
Exactly.
right.
Lots of love.
yeah, yes, bloody kids. But then I can't really comprehend that you would drink when you know it's bad for you. I understand that does happen. I do get that, but I can't sort of understand how that happens, that addiction thing. I mean, you know, you give me sort of a pile of crisps or smoked salmon bagels or something, and you know, I'll eat loads of them. But it's
Yeah.
that feeling of I don't like it. I think I've been absolutely
Being out of control.
paralytically drunk
Yeah.
probably about 3 times in my life. That's it. And I'm very old. Yeah.
Really not as old.
And I do think it can be dangerous as well.
Yes.
We know that. So, like you said, waking up with
Well,
black
no,
and
no,
black and blue, but
I used to fall over
but
all the time.
anything, you know, you can find you see young girls, especially in the UK. You don't see it here in Portugal, but you see it a lot in the UK, don't you?
We were in Blackpool
Young
one
girls
day.
out
Oh
and-
my God, what we saw was terrible.
Yeah.
Loads of hen dos. But these
And I
girls, they're
fear
so
for them
vulnerable.
because- yeah.
Yeah.
You know, some of them, you know, perhaps walking home on their own and they've drunk so much and out of control. I mean, it's a shame because in my life and my view, it's everything in moderation,
Yeah.
isn't it? And I think, unlike Sheila, if you can keep everything in moderation, then there's no reason why you can't have a
One
few
or two drinks,
isn't there?
yeah.
You know, or the odd big packet of crisps or whatever, or the odd pasta donata, which are lovely. But in your case and in many other cases, you know, if it takes over, it takes over your life and it spirals out of control, doesn't it?
I never ever thought, well, I did think, and I thought, how the hell am I going to go through my life now without a drink?
Yeah.
You know, before I get on
Yeah.
a plane.
Did you think it was a habit thing? I didn't drink once for that. I did that Sober October for a charity thing, was sponsored,
Oh, I've
you know.
done that. I used to do
So
that.
I did that.
You know, it's.
And I remember coming home on the first day, and normally, you know, you're making the supper and you're cooking, whatever, and I'd pour a vodka and tonic and I'd have that. And I was thinking, what am I going to do? I was
Yeah.
thinking, what am I going to drink? What?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I just thought, oh, I don't really know. And I realised
Yeah.
it was just a habit. And I did, obviously, the whole month without drinking anything. You find alternatives, and it's not an issue. It wasn't about the alcohol. It was a habit for me.
Can you tell me how you find those alternatives? Just saying. I'm just asking for a friend, really.
It's no
A
point,
virgin.
love.
Go
No
virgin.
point, love. No, just go with it.
Okay.
Some people, there's no hope.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, but
I'll
it
tell
is
her.
true.
Yeah. I'll tell my
Tell
friend.
your friends.
Okay.
So thank you so much for taking the time out to listen to this fascinating episode and Sheila's story, and we're really, really proud of you, Sheila.
Thank
Thank you,
Fantastic.
Sheila.
Whoa.
Thank you for joining
Yeah.
us, Sheila.
So-
Amazing.
And don't forget, it isn't difficult. It really isn't difficult with help.
Oh, there
That's
you
it, it's
go.
what you
I
need,
love
the
that.
help.
You just need the help from
Help and support.
AA, and they are a wonderful, wonderful bunch of people.
We'll give you all the
Fantastic.
details at the end of the show. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
See you next week. Bye.